Welcome everybody to my Bajerski YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about health. What is it? What is health? Does anybody know anymore? You ever look around and see anybody healthy? In fact, do you ever look around and see anybody pregnant these days? Health. It's got everything to do with pregnancy. It's got everything to do with a smile on a face. It's got everything to do with the joy that most people don't have. It's very rare that you see joyful people these days. Only the fake influencers on TikTok, you know, but they're miserable. Miserable as sin. Very unhealthy. So let's talk about health. The only reason why I said that is because people are watching these influencers thinking that they're really healthy. They're not, guys. I know loads. They're not healthy at all. They're sick, both mind, body and spirit. It's just it's one big game, really. It's just another part of the game. So, yeah, interesting days, interesting times, and you know, free will is something that we need to embrace as well as educating ourselves. Education. Inspiration is much better, but education is also fantastic. But unfortunately, education, in the sense of knowledge and wisdom, is never really embraced. It just stored away. A bit like cancer cures with cancer research, they just store them away. Don't really use them. So I'm drinking a healthy cacao. So ceremonial cacao, me and you today again, second 2 days in a row. All healthy stuff. Raw cacao, great. I mean, I guess we should talk about the body health, pH balance and alkali acid balance in the body, which is something that I noticed. It's actually a really good point, Mark, what I've just thought about there. I remember a lady who came to me who was like a nurse, and I used to joke with her. And I used to say, "Oh, you've got an alkaline body today." And she'd go, "How do you know?" And I say, "Because you're vibrating at a different frequency." And then, you know, a few months later, I'd see her again and go, "Oh, you're vibrating at an acid balanced, you know, you look at you, you're all acid today." And she said, "Oh my God, Mark, how do you know?" I'm like, "Because I can see the vibration, the frequency." And it's fascinating. As a healer, you can see predominantly in the stomach was where I noticed it most. And good healers are always drawn to the stomach. And it's all combined. Everything is all relative. It's all related one way or another. What you eat is related to what you go through in your stomach. I mean, if you take, for instance, just the basic of foods like breads, cakes and stuff like that, which you probably eat every day, your stomach, you know, I mean, on a physical level, you can see it because your stomach is bloated. And the reason why it's bloated, if you're eating, you know, the modern day Monsanto Bayer wheat, take for instance, because most things are, you know, what I've just said is wheat, right? But it isn't wheat anymore. It's been Frankenstein, you know, like Frankenstein putting together everything and creating something that isn't natural anymore. So wheat plays a massive part in the frequency of your stomach, and not just the bloating, the energy that's around it, and you can feel the burning within your hand. It's not always the emotion, but we will come to the emotion in a minute, because that is equal, again, all connected. So anyway, I'm going to go all over the place here, but just pick up the nuggets of truth and utilize them. It's like reading a book. You'll read one line that'll blow you away, and you'll follow that. Follow it. That's your intuition telling you that's what you need right now. So what's in here? I love nuts. I absolutely love nuts to bits. But I've noticed when I eat certain nuts, then I can feel myself bloating a little bit, and it's not kind of as healthy. The nuts that I really like are pistachio, but sometimes I have to be a bit careful. The nuts that I feel are good are well, the one nut I can definitely say is almond. So I put almond in here. So when I put it in the mixer, I throw 11 almonds in there, and two beautiful, juicy, very very soft dates to give it a little bit of sweetness. Because as you know, any form of man-made sugar is absolutely poison to the body, and thus all of these things cause illness, cause joint pains, cause suffering, which then causes the immune system to lower down. And I can see, as a healer, you can see your immune system shot, not just in your face, not just on the tongue, but everywhere, and in your eyes, but your energy is vibrating at a really, really, I guess, acid energy frequency, which when you've alkalized a client after a healing session, because we're talking physical here, and there without a doubt there is a connection when you are healing somebody that alkalizes the body. Just like there's a connection when you want to make the body sick, and making the body sick is ultimately putting acid into the body, changing the structure of the body to acid, which feeds all illness. And there's so many reasons why some of my worst awful clients that struggled so badly, guess what? They were smokers. They couldn't stop smoking. The body system was shot. Their bodies were vibrating at the acid level frequency. Alcoholics coming to me saying, I need help. Like, I'm sorry, but you are killing yourself by putting alcohol into your body, which is causing your body to vibrate, and I would see it as like you're not alkalized, you're vibrating an acid. What is acid? Just think about the word acid eating inside you all the time. And I'm sorry to say, guys, you're going to be upset with me again. And listen, I was a meat eater. I didn't eat that much beef or pork, but I did eat chicken and turkey. That didn't seem to affect my stomach as much, but it still affected me. If I ate red meats, oh my God, I'd be all over the place. And I'm sensitive. And if you're a sensitive, you'll know what I mean. Because being sensitive doesn't just mean, he said something awful. Sensitive means that the whole body is sensitive. And, I was speaking to somebody the other day, and it's true, there's a few people who mention the fact that some people are built like steel inside and nothing affects them. But that's a very minute, and good for you if you are, lucky you. But not everybody's built like that. Some of us are extremely sensitive to disease. And all of these things cause, like yeast. And then like that is once you've got that on your tongue and you've got candida, good luck with that. Good luck with that, because you're in for a bumpy ride, really bumpy ride. I have never claimed to be a medical expert at all. I know nothing about pH levels and balances. From mindset, a good balanced pH is something like 7 or 7. Again, I'll get it wrong. You'll point it out to me, 7.4, something like that. And a really bad alkaline body is like, I think it's round about 5, something like that. 5.2, something like that. But anyway, I'm not into that. I'm into what I see with my eyes. I don't need to get an alkaline test to know, to check my urine. I know, I can see, my body shows me on my tongue. I get lesions. So, I can go for something to eat, which I rarely do now. But when I do, it's like, no sugar in that, no sugar. And then as soon as I eat it, or if it's not natural, not healthy, my tongue shows me weird little blisters. I'm like, okay, I've just eaten shit now. I've just eaten poison. I've just eaten poison because my tongue is getting lesions and starting to go red. That's your thermometer. Your body screams out and tells you by way of your bloating and feeling lethargic and feeling sick and going, imagine IBS, horrible energy. And and I'll tell you some of the things that when I had IBS, some of the things that really affected me bad. Coleslaw, cheeses, the worst cheeses were the ones which were like aged cheese. Jesus Christ. I remember one time I went to a really good friend of mine's house, and they got all these cheeses out and they were explaining that these are really expensive and these are like, and I'm like, okay, and I tasted it, and within an hour I was crippled up with pain. So about a week later she says, oh, did you like the cheeses? I says, yeah, I was in bed for nearly 2 days. What are you talking about? She had no idea. And I said, well, I have IBS. What does that mean? IBS basically means I've got a sensitive stomach to poison. And she says, what are you talking about? I eat it every day. And I'm like, okay, well, it's poison to my body, not to yours. So I just did a little bit of studying years ago. And you know what I find fascinating in these cheeses? And like whatever, but blue cheese, it's like, you study it and you realise what is that? It's freaking mould. You're eating mould, people. Mould. What the hell? And it was China's birthday not so long ago, a few years ago, and we went down to, I wanted to take her somewhere special, so we went to Danny Garcia's restaurant, and there was a pizza on the menu, and I said, okay, I'll have a pizza with cheese. And I started eating it, and as soon as I started eating it, oh my God, it's moldy cheese. And my stomach were in knots. I felt sick and awful, and so we have to be careful. Same with milks. You know, most milks now you think, it's healthy, it's raw, it's good, but you don't know what the cow's eating, what the cow's being pumped into their bodies, what they've been fed, what poisons they're being fed. You know, and I get it. I have a farm with 300 mango trees. I understand why people, okay, let's get the poisons out. Let's kill all these insects. It cost me thousands to keep my mangoes. Why? Because I have to do it naturally. We have to use loads of different things, but they're all natural, and they cost 4 times as much, and it's more challenging to look after the mangoes than just spraying the poison. But then, you know, I don't want my mangoes to be poisonous. I don't want them to have chemicals on them. So, you know, I understand that farmers will buy these hybrids, seeds, and now you've got a hybrid which is not natural anymore. That's not nature anymore, guys. That's man-made. That's why you're sick. That's why all of the intolerances. Oh, I've got gluten intolerance. No, you're not. You just got poison intolerance, because whatever that is ain't natural. And it's really difficult, because you wonder, what the bloody hell do I do with that? Well, you take the information and you either do something or you don't. And that's where the truth is, where it lies. You know, great wealth of information and wisdom is only beneficial if you utilize it. Sugar is just the most toxic poison. And I told you, I was here years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, and 2 people where I used to live. She was a biologist, a scientist, and he's a wonderful guy. He used to have a long ponytail. So I thought, wow, you're a lawyer, solicitor, yeah, beautiful, both beautiful couple. They came here, and I offered her a drink. You want a tea? She says, yes, please. I says, how many sugars do you want? She said, sugars? She said, I don't want that poison. I'm like, what? She said, that's evil. I'm like, what's fucking hell wrong with you? I have it, it's all right with me. And then she made me realise, and I started looking more into it, and it is poison. It is evil. It truly is evil for your body. You want disease? You just eat sugars. And I'm not talking about natural, Mother Nature's sugar. Fruit sugars are fine. You know, one of the most wonderful things one can do with your body is to learn to breathe. And I found I used to go for breathing mantras and breathing ceremonies, and right at the very beginning. And I noticed that the shamans would always start with breathing. And I always wondered why they're doing this, because I always feel dizzy, like I want to fall over. But that dizziness is something very profound. But you're realizing that you're electrifying, you're awakening all your body. And by breathing oxygen, which none of us do hardly, we breathe through our nose and out through our nose. We don't really breathe through our nose and out through our mouth. But when you do start to do that, you start to feel different. You start to release. You start to, I don't know, regrow something, which, like, wow, you're vibrating at a lovely alkali, not an acid. So even the breath reduces your acidicity. So you become more purified inside. So many reasons why you should breathe. You know, as I look upon everything that we do, when we digest fear into our body starts to turn to acid. It starts to turn to poison. And literally, I think that is one of the greatest things that isn't really talked about. It should be. Because the more you digest negative thoughts, the more you digest negative experiences, the more you digest all the low vibration around you, your body turns to acid. And thus your body becomes a kind of temple to Satan, evil, to dis-ease. And you're now a cesspit instead of a temple of healing. So it's something you need to think about. So then if you just think to yourself, okay, you know, a silly guy with a stupid top says that, if I digest joy, love, happiness, my body will alkalide. If I digest fear, worry, panic, what if, she said, he said, knee-jerk reactions, hating somebody, being jealous of somebody, I'm going to instantly turn my body to acid. Poison, really. Poison thoughts, poison body. Happy thoughts, happy body, healthy body. I mean, it's just something that you can think about today. I'm going to leave it there, really. A lot of things to think about. Okay, lots of things to think about there. Have a think about them. They might be a lot of crap to you because you're not affected by any of these things. But as a healer who's watched his clients over the years, I can definitely say everything that I've just said is 100% truth. There's no lie is what I've just shared. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to tell you the truth. If I was trying to sell you something, I would say that if you want to vibrate at a high frequency, cleanse your body, eat healthy, you know, do happy things, go into Mother Nature. I work with crystals every day that really vibrates my body at a high frequency, so I'm alkalide. I cleanse my body with sage, Palo Santo. Again, it strengthens my immune system, which then strengthens the whole of my electrical system. And my body vibrates at alkalide. I'm healthy and balanced. Oils, natural oils, they do the same thing. They counteract all the poison, all the evil, all the acid inside. All wonderful things that can help you along your journey, which has helped me. Look at me, I'm 204 years old. Don't I look good? Well, I'm wishing you a lovely day today. This was definitely food for thought, and always leave you on a nice note. Let food be thy medicine. Let medicine be thy food. But also, let joy be thy medicine. Take care.